Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. You are looking at the pattern that we will be doing together today. This is called a framed flower. You can use this as a motif, you can use this as a granny square, either way. I did this one up last night and I will put the link in the box below where you can actually go to find the original pattern. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful. I did the colors in yellow, like a lime green, a white, and then the forest green. And actually, I should have done this part here in like the yellow, but I kind of ran out of my yellow. So, but anyway, I use scrap material when I do little parts like this. So anyway, I thought this was absolutely beautiful, and I posted it on Facebook last night, and I did say that I would do the video for it today. So this is called your framed flower. Alright, so this is what we're going to be working on. You're going to be using a 4mm crochet hook. And I'm going to show you my yarn. You see my yarn here? I've got a lineup of white, like a deep red, a gray, and a brown. And the brown will be for the center. I will probably use the red for the main part of the flower, and then the white and the gray will come as I choose to put it on there, however way. So anyway, we are going to get started with the framed flower. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is you're going to grab the color that you're going to make your center out of. So as I said, mine's going to be brown. So what you're going to do first is you're going to make a chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to join that together by doing a slip stitch into the first chain that you made. Okay? Make sure all your ends are tight here. Alright, so now the first thing you want to do here for round 1 is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to put 16 single crochet in this circle. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I've gotten 16 here, 16 single crochet in my center. So what you want to do now is join to the first single crochet. Okay? And yes, it's going to leave a rather large hole, and that's perfectly fine. Now for round 2, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to do a single crochet into that same one that you're in. Alright? And then you're going to do 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you're going to miss 1 single crochet, a double crochet in the next, so miss that one and go to the next one and double crochet in that next one. Okay, and then what you're going to do from here is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you're going to do that a total of 7 times. So you're going to skip the next single crochet, double crochet in the next. Then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? You're going to skip the next, double crochet in the next. And right now we are making the petals. You're going to chain 5. Okay? And you're going to do that around. Alright? I have made it all the way around 7 times. You're going to miss this last stitch here, and you're going to do a slip stitch into the second chain. Okay, so you're going to count up 1, 2. So you're going to do a slip stitch into that chain, just like this. Okay, and then what you're going to do from here is you're going to fasten off, and you're going to switch to the color that you want to be your main floral color, which is this. And as I said, I'm going to switch to this red. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to do a slip stitch. Alright, then you're going to join in any chain 5 space with a slip stitch. Okay, now for round 3 you're going to chain 1, and in each chain 5 space you're going to do, this will be a little tedious, so you'll do a single crochet. You're going to work up the chain of command basically. That's what I call it. Half double crochet, double crochet, 2 triple crochets. So here's 1. So make sure you wrap twice. Here's the second one. Okay, so basically what you just did is you built half of a petal. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to go back down the other side, so that means that you're going to do the same thing over here, but you're going to do it in reverse pattern. So you're going to start with the triple crochets and not the single crochet. So let's do 2 triple crochets. Okay, and you will have to scooch a couple times to make sure you can get them all in. Then you're going to go down to a double crochet, then a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. And what you have done, you have built the perfect petal. Okay, so I'll do that with you one more time, and then I'll let you go and do it on your own in the next few petals. So you're just going to go directly into the next chain 5 and do a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, okay, 2 triple crochets, this is the second one. Get that chain 1 in there, and that's very important. Don't forget that. We will use that on the next round. Alright, down the other side with 2 triple crochets. Okay, 1 double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and a single crochet. Now, what I mean when I say chain of command on any of my videos, in case you're wondering, it's a kind of a lesson learned through life, sort of. Basically, you go up one side of a chain, and if then there's always a downside to it. So you're going to start with the single crochet. Then if you look on any kind of chart as far as sizing and the next available stitches, you're going to see the single crochet, then the half double crochet, then you're going to see a double crochet, and then you're going to see a triple crochet. So basically that's what I mean when I say working up the chain of command. You're going up the ladder by instruction. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to complete that 5 more times in each one of these chain 5 spaces, and I'll come back with you. Actually, you can do the 6, and then I will come back with you and do the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So actually, I'm sorry. I forgot I did 2. So there's 6 available. You do 5. And I'll come back and do the last one with you, okay? So follow the chain of command instruction that I showed you, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I am at my last petal now. So we're going to do a single crochet in the next, a half double crochet, triple crochet, I'm sorry, double crochet, now the triple crochet, 1 more triple crochet, oops, chain 1, now working the downside, so 2 more triple crochets here, okay, double crochet, half double crochet, and we will not be doing that last single crochet. We will be joining in the one that we started with a slip stitch. Okay, so now what you're going to do here is, well, we will fasten these off and we will weave these in a little bit later. So now you have the main part of your flower. Now what you're going to do is pick your third color, and I'm going to pick the white for the third color, and you're going to start making this trim border. So what you're going to do is make your slip knot on your hook, and you're going to join in any chain one space, which is right between both ends of your flowers. So you're going to join in, it doesn't matter which one, just join in one. Alright, so now what you're going to do here is you're going to chain one, and you're going to single crochet in the same stitch. Okay, now you're going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're going to jump to that next petal where that chain 1 space is and do a single crochet. Now we're going to do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so why 7 and then 9? Because the chain 9 gaps are where your corners are going to be. Alright, so jump to the next petal, single crochet, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jump to the next one, single crochet, chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So then you're going to do 7 in the next. So we're just going to keep going around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and now we're going to do our last 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now you're going to jump over and you're going to join in that single crochet that you made here at the beginning, and you're going to join. Alright guys, we are now on our 5th row, and by all means, if you wanted to change color, sorry about that guys, change color to do this, you can, but I'm going to stay with this color, that way it's more secure. So now what you're going to do for round 5 is you're going to slip stitch into the first chain 7 space. Okay, so you're going to slip here, and then you're going to chain 1. Now what you're going to do is you're going to do 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry about that guys, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so you've got 7 here. Now in this chain 9 space, you're going to come over and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to go back down into the same one for 6 more single crochet. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so the chain 7s are your sides, which is your straightways, and then the chain 9s are going to be your corners. So the next chain 7 space, you're going to go into there and do 7 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and you may have to space these out a bit as you do them, because some may be too loose, some may be too tight. Okay, the next one gets 6. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a chain 3. And go back down for the next chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we're just going to complete this all the way around. You're going to finish it up. So you're going to do a 7, a 9, a 7, and a 9. Okay, and then I will be back up with you to complete the last 9, so you can wait on me for that. Okay guys, I am on my last chain 9, or my corner. So we are going to do 6 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Chain that 3, and then you're going to finish up with 6 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now what you're going to do is slip stitch in the first single crochet, which is here. Well, let me make sure. Okay, right there is your first single crochet. Alright, so now this is row 5. If you are going to change your color here, you're going to hold right here and you are going to cut this and add your next color. If not, then you can avoid this step, but I am changing color to the gray. So I'm doing my slip knot here. I'm going to put this here on my hook and pull that through and through. Then I'm going to tie this so this stays secure. Okay, I always double knot. Alright, so now for round 6, they want you to turn the whole project. Okay, so you're going to turn and then you're going to chain 1, then you're going to single crochet right back down into that same one. Okay, so now you're going to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now when you get to your corner, what you're going to do here is you're going to do 1 single crochet, chain 3, and 1 single crochet. Okay, then you're going to be on the next side, so then you're going to make sure to do 6 more single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now basically you're going to keep going on, and you're not going to stop here at 6. You're actually going to do 13 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and make sure that you still get this stitch right there. Before you get to that corner, there is a stitch. Okay, so altogether down the side, you're actually going to have 19 single crochet. Okay, so now you're here at the corner, so you want to do 1 single crochet, chain 3, and 1 single crochet. Okay, so now you're going to complete that down the next 3 sides. So you're going to have 19 single crochet, then you're going to do your chain 1, 3 single crochet, chain 1, and then you're going to complete the next side the same way. And I will catch back up with you at the last section. Alright, I have made it all the way around. At this point, you are ready to do a slip stitch to join right here in this slip stitch, or in this chain. If you want to change color, now's when you do it. And you don't have to. As you see here, I did not change color on that round, but I do want to this time. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to my red, and I'm going to put my hook into that next stitch, and I am going to fasten on my red and pull through and through. Okay, and I'm going to cut off my gray, and then I'm going to tie my knot. Okay, now for row 7 you're going to chain 1. So you turn your flower back around. Okay, you turned it back around, and you're going to single crochet in that same one. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3. You're going to miss the next single crochet, which is here, and you're going to double crochet in the next. Okay, then you're going to chain 1. You're going to do that 6 times. So skip the next one, double crochet in the next with a chain 1. Skip the next, double crochet in the next, chain 1. Okay, so basically on this side you should have, and I'll finish this side, so I'll have to come back around and finish it. So I'm going to have 4 right here before I get to the corner. Now when you get to the corner, you're going to do 1 double crochet in the corner, chain 3, and 1 double crochet. Okay, and then you're also going to do a chain 1 after that. Now you're going to start back over. You should have a total of, I think, 10 times you're going to do the double crochet, chain 1. So you're going to skip this next one, and you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, skip the next one, double crochet, chain 1, then you're just going to do that across. And I love this pattern. I fell in love with it whenever I did it last night. It just really took me. And once I got completed with the first square that I did, I was like, oh, I have got to share this and I've got to video this. So I hope you guys are enjoying this pattern. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, do you chain 1, and then you're going to skip and go to that last one. You should have 10. Chain 1, and then you're going to do a double crochet into that corner, chain 3, and a double crochet, then chain 1. Okay, so we're going to keep doing that all the way around. Skip the next single crochet and do your double crochet in the next, chain 1, double crochet in the next, chain 1. So I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and when I get to this corner I will come back and we will do that last part. Alright guys, together. We are on the last little section, and I have got 3 completed already, so we're going to work these last couple together, just doing the double crochets and chain 1s. Okay, you should end up right there where you joined. You're going to do that last chain 1, and then you're going to slip stitch into the second chain, which is right here. Okay, slip stitch and slip. Then you're going to fasten off, and then what you're going to do at this point is you're going to start working on weaving all your ends in and getting it nice and presentable. Okay, so again, this is your square. Okay, and it's about the same size. I think maybe my red yarn was a little bit bigger, but it'll be just fine for what I'm going to do. Anyways, these are absolutely beautiful treats to do. I love the whole pattern setup. And what I'm probably going to do with mine is I'm going to do several of these, and I am going to join them over time. So as I make these, I am going to join them, and then that way I'm doing one at a time, not gobs and gobs of them. And I may end up with a nice Afghan at the end of the day when it comes to this. I'm looking at possibly something about the size of 30 to 40 squares. So I'm not really sure what size that will end up being, but I will share that with you over time as I complete them. So if you have any color recommendations for me, I would love to hear those. So you see the color coordinations that I have already. I want every square to be different, so we're going to start with 30. So I want 30 squares, okay? And I have these two completed. These are the only ones that I do have so far. So do me a favor, you can leave them underneath the box down below the video, or you can subscribe to me at Stitch and Stacy's Crochet on Facebook. But help me out with color schemes for this project. Leave me color schemes. I need at least 3 colors, possibly 4 per square. This one took 4 and this one took 4, but I can also let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need at least 4 colors. I think I can do 3, 4, or 5, to be honest with you. So 3 to 5 colors, and you may see me have a square that's going in my framed flower afghan that you color coordinated for me. So any help will be greatly appreciated, and I will post periodically as I get more squares done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this pattern and this video as much as I did and enjoyed making this for you. If you have any questions about the pattern itself or anything, just leave me a message below, and I look forward to seeing some comments about some color coordinations for my next upcoming squares. Okay, so until next video, guys, you have a great day, and as always, happy hooking!